with it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. But you're tuned into the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast with your brother Old God and SamAnt. We're going in today, episode 276 of the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. Now, SamAnt, R. Kelly, you said his road manager, was pretty much due to testify. I have this audio here. I'll play it and then we'll talk about this real quick.
I wrote this story 10 years ago about the documents and all of that stuff. And it was known back then. And all of it's coming out now, but it's after the fact. And Aaliyah's not here right now. And I really don't want to, bring Aaliyah back up in this. She's not here. And that's over. They let that go. Her parents didn't want to have nothing done. And, that's just, I want to help out R. Kelly because I feel like there's another part that people just don't realize and understand about this whole thing. I don't want to be used as a witness to Mr. Kelly. And so I ain't afraid to say that because I'm saying it so y'all understand it. That if you
for prosecutors or were you just sent a subpoena?
I was sent for. I was ordered to talk to them, and but I said what I wanted to say.
Did that go well? Like, how did that go? Because
it doesn't go well because nobody's looking at the big picture. People just looking at locking somebody up or trying to create a case. He's been a good person to everybody. I think that's where they should. I think we should help him more so than hurt him.
So obviously, SamAnt, that's an audio excerpt right there from TMZ. My first time hearing that, pretty crazy, there to hear him saying, especially toward the end, it seemed like he's really kind of apprehensive about even doing this whole thing. And then, witch hunt for R. Kelly. I'll let you go first, though, on your thoughts.
This is my thing, right?
Yeah.
He's in the feds now.
Right.
They ain't letting him go again. So they're going to go to whatever measure they're going to go to get this dude. Right? Whether we think or agree it's fair or not. Here's my thing. The brother said that he wanted to help R. Kelly. Why didn't you help him then when you knew he had a problem? You sat around. You allowed it to happen. You wrote something 10 years ago about him and Aaliyah.
Right.
Why didn't you go seek the help now? Why let it get to a point where he's sitting behind bars that could be facing life and potentially other victims this happened to or whatever happened or dealing with whatever they're dealing with? Meanwhile, you sat back and allowed it to happen. And I don't blame you for not wanting to go and sit on the stand. Who would? It makes you sick. But is it also going to point out and paint a lot of the demons that you also had and a lot of responsibility that you had and closed mouth? Because we talked about this numerous times. We can't just blame R. Kelly. If R. Kelly had an issue, then the people around him that enabled it, that got paid to enable it, that got paid to be quiet, deserve some responsibility too. I feel bad for this brother to be forced to go and have to say something. But if you sat there and you were just as close as you were, tour manager or whatever, and you knew he had a problem then, why didn't you go as a man, put hands on him or whatever, and then go get him the help that he deserved then?
I think I can answer that question. I think he said it. He said he was helping everybody. And I think that he, I'm not saying that is right. I just think that it was a lot of people that was on the payroll. A lot of people, one of the hottest R&B singers out there. They turned a blind eye to the situation. If everything even went down like they say it went down, we know the Aaliyah situation is obviously different, and it is what it is with that. But all the other stuff that they're accusing R. Kelly, but do you think that it sounds like this guy may not even believe some of that stuff, or what? What do you think? You think that he's like more so on R. Kelly's side and not really want to go against him, or what's your thoughts?
He's definitely on R. Kelly's side. Whether he believes it or not, I think that he was closely involved with R. Kelly as it comes. He's his tour manager. He's seen behind the scenes. He watched him on the road. He sees and knows things. So he knows what's truth and what's false, and he doesn't want to go on the stand. And I don't blame him for wanting to not go on the stand. I think he's riding with R. Kelly. I think that you make a great point when you said that he took care of a lot of people. And this brother obviously may have a certain amount of loyalty, given how much he's probably been taken care of from R. Kelly. And he doesn't want to do what he has to do, but he's about to do it. He ain't about to go down with the ship.
Nah.
So at the end of the day, you still got to take responsibility in that, because why didn't you help him at the peak when he needed it if you genuinely cared, or was it just all for the money?
I see a lot of people, writing in comments and stuff that they kind of still don't believe this, and they kind of think that the feds are reaching to try to go all the way back this far and try to pin this on them. Do you think R. Kelly stands a chance in hell, given these recent developments, to walk away from this?
No, I don't. And let me agree with those people. I think they're 1,000% reaching. I think they're 1,000% going to reach. I think that if they have anything, if they got a sniff or a scent of anything that they can use against this man, they're going to use it against this man to put him behind bars. We sat back and watched firsthand one of our first Fed trials, and we see how dirty they play. When they got their man and they want their man, they're going to get their man. And this happens to be a man that's gotten away once. And now they're not going to let him come back. It doesn't matter. And I talked and gave criticism to his legal team, R. Kelly's legal team, his counsel, his people around him, because I feel like since this started, this was poorly managed on their behalf. Letting him go up there and speak was poorly managed. People letting evidence drop, and all the stuff was just terribly managed. And if in fact he is innocent of the things they're accusing him of outside of the Aaliyah situation, what the hell are you doing as a unit, as a team, to get this brother off? Like, come on. It's ridiculous what's going on. It's really sad to see what's going on with R. Kelly right now. If he needed help, he obviously needs help. He's dealing with some demons. Whether or not you believe he's innocent or not, we're watching something tragic happen, because it's just all crumbling right in front of our eyes. Yeah,
man. We'll definitely continue to keep you updated as we have over the past year and a half, which is R. Kelly indictment. SamAnt today, Nick Cannon. Friday, we were talking, about this whole thing. We wondered if Nick Cannon would respond to Eminem, and he did today, SamAnt. And what do you think about Nick Cannon's diss to Eminem today, man? He unloaded a what?
Unloaded. All right, look, it was called The Invitation.
Yeah.
It was with Suge Knight, Hitman Holla, Charlie Clips, and I believe Prince Easy. Somebody else was in that joint. Well, first off, we talked and we asked whether or not Nick Cannon should respond. I said maybe he may do something on Wild 'N Out. Outside of that, there's no way in hell he needs to respond. Leave it alone. And come Monday, it was almost forgotten about. Like, we almost legit forgot about it. We'd have walked into this podcast and I said a word about that situation. It'd have been moved on.
Right.
Until he comes out with this.
Did he get him?
No. No, let me say this, because a lot of people, and obviously this is just the day and age we live in, so it's obvious they're mixing this up and they're painting this black and white. Black and white. Right. Whether or not, no, look, if he were to get into a fight with Eminem and it was going to be hands, I got Nick Cannon all the way. I ain't got a problem with Nick Cannon. I don't think I've ever voted against a brother in a fight in my fucking life. It's always been pro-black when it came to a fight. I wouldn't vote against him. But we're talking about rap here. We're talking about battle rap here. And no matter what kind of criticism, no matter what people want to say about Eminem, the criticism that he gets, whatever, nobody could take away that he can battle rap. This is what he did. This is what he grew up on. The brother is and deserves to be where he's at when it comes to this. And he did the man. The man deserves to do it, whatever. So now he's sitting in a situation where you got